Okay, let's try and wrap this up as fast as possible, but I do want to cover a few other more technical extensions. These have SEO. So basically, and what's interesting is when I ran these extensions, and somewhere here, I got this pop-up that said my extensions had a conflict. Now, sometimes if you run a lot of extensions, there will be a conflict and you won't know it. But in this case, it was warning me that one of them found an exception with the other one, and so I had to take it off. And this is another reason why you shouldn't run a lot of extensions at the same time. So this is the streak extension that I use for Gmail to see if someone's opened an email when I've sent it to them. And I can turn that on or off, and it's a great little feature, although I don't always use it. So the first one here is built with, which is a great little extension. Let's go to my favorite little website here, CNN. And you'll notice the first thing about CNN is right now there's all these things that have already popped up. And that's from another extension we'll cover in just a minute. But if I want to know the technology behind CNN, it's kind of cool. When I click this, it'll tell me the technology that is driving that website. Now, it's kind of pretty geeky, but it's kind of interesting to know what types of things big companies, like CNN is obviously a big company, is using to run and track their web pages. And again, they're very complex things these days, but if you're ever curious on what is running, a specific website, this is a great little extension. The other one here, Ghostry, which if we click on this, because it was already running, and what this is telling you, besides the technology, the servers and things, the tracking type items that are running on this site as well. So basically, how you're being tracked. And if we do a quick refresh here, I think it'll just pop up by itself. Here we go. And again, this is a very complex topic. There's, hundreds, if not thousands, of companies that track and do this type of stuff. I'm not really into all of this, but it's very fascinating. And if you are into this type of tracking or SEO stuff, it's a very useful extension. Okay, what's next? Social analytics is another great one, and sometimes you can use more than one because they don't always match exactly. So this is telling me tons of stuff about CNN. Now I've noticed this is pretty accurate. There's lots of other ones that are fairly accurate, but they do have some gaps. And so this is telling me likes, shares, tweets, things based on the CNN main page. And if we go to WebRank, it'll give me something similar, including traffic and some other things. Now, some of these have changed quite a bit. For example, if anyone remembers or knows what a page rank is or was, it's a meaningless term now. But many years back, Google ranked every page with a number, and it was sort of how they based their ranking when you search for something. It was called PageRank, and a lot of these still have it, but basically Google really doesn't use that anymore. To know. People always fought to try and get a higher page rank, but it's much more complex today. And here's another one, which is website SEO, which is close to WebRank, which gives you about the same type of stuff. And I like to have two or three just to compare in case one is really off. Generally, they're pretty good. Let's go back here real quick. I also have two quick other extensions. Print Friendly is a printer extension. Sometimes people have a little problem printing, and this actually helps in some cases. It's very popular, and I wanted to put it in there. And Streak for Gmail, which I had to turn off because it was having a conflict with one of these other extensions. Again, when you send a Gmail out to someone and they open it, it'll let you know. So again, these are very useful if you're really into this type of ranking and SEO stuff.